already have actors on the ground, Patrick, who are then going to mobilize more people to say, if you were to produce using approaches that are working with nature, or using organic approaches, if you were to add value using solar power, using solar dryers, or utilizing solar powered irrigation, these you could be able to get these standards in UNBS at one go rather than getting them in silos. And that on the ground, you will utilize already the experts that you have to help train also these farmers who can be able to utilize it. And there are already test grounds like the Uganda cassava agro-industrialization that is already happening in Sentema and going to be expanded all across the 18 counties of the Uganda kingdom. So they will also train youth on this compliance guide to expand on coverage so that as many producers as possible can be mobilized from the entire country to adopt these standards. And this will also have the added advantage of skilling the youth to be able to understand this and to meaningfully drive the Uganda agro-industrialization. And this will create more incomes. So the opportunities here are that, firstly, to utilize on these opportunities. Already the Uganda kingdom, as I've mentioned, where you take the Uganda breweries, where they already have an agreement with the Uganda kingdom, what $141 million US. This to grow cassava, because cassava is a critical raw material for production. But what is going to happen is that the cassava, how it is grown and how it is processed, becomes also quite very, very important. And the cassava needs to be grown in such a way that it is utilizing approaches that are not destroying the environment, which is what this standard is actually coming to do. And the method in which the cassava is produced will also ensure that the yields can be enhanced under the changing climate that we're already talking about. So in addition to this, utilizing what is already happening, this Bafasa Compliance Standards Guide for Agro-Industrialization will be used to validate the quality of these yields, because that will really be proof of concept on the ground, which is already happening, and cement the Uganda breweries market in addition to other markets. So what we know is that when a fire starts from the shrine, no precaution can be possible. This is actually a Uganda kingdom proverb. And it is true, because when a fire starts from the shrine, it is simply unstoppable. And now that we already have these cassava test grounds in Sentema, and they're going to be expanded across the 18 counties this year. So this means that this represents, it is a shrine from where the fire of these standards enforcement as an incentive will light the entire country. And with these multiple benefits will accrue to UNBS, and I have 5 of them. The first benefit that UNBS is going to benefit as a result of this compliance guide for agro-industrialization is that UNBS will get into new standards implementation market without the risk and cost of developing new standards. Yes, because the standards will be implemented in a continuum from production to processing and to markets. That guide will provide that logic. The second is that UNBS will have an opportunity to sell more of its standards in one go rather than being limited by sectoral silos. For example, a producer who uses clean energy, whether it is solar dryers or solar powered irrigation, to add value means that UNBS can at a minimum sell both agriculture and clean energy standards in one go. So we have one engagement getting the 2 standards rather than wait for standalone clean energy and standalone agriculture actors to see such progress. This is advantageous to UNBS and also advantageous to the actors on the ground. The third is that UNBS will venture into a new standards implementation market without having to incur additional costs of promoting a new standard and developing manuals and training material for stakeholders, as they are only maximizing implementing standards that they already have, and the Bafasa will bring the actors on the ground whereby they can be able to leverage on them. The fourth is the UNBS economic-wide objective of expanding market opportunities for Uganda producers will be actualized by opening up those who are producing and already having these standards, which is across the continent, to not only compete here in Uganda, but to be able to produce and have and sell even beyond Uganda. And the fifth, which is quite very crucial, is that this standard is the incentive for the entire Uganda Vision 2040 to be achieved, because now the NDP3 is focusing on agro-industrialization.